Psychic Fix shares with you in this video. Steps for dealing with major life challenges. Life really is like a roller coaster, with a lot of ups and downs marked by short periods of stability. Birth happens, death happens, and everything in between these two things. Life has struggles, and you will never be fully immune to them. However, you can take these steps to help yourself deal with major life challenges if you are prepared. Submerge yourself in reality. When a crisis happens, it's natural to try to turn away from it and ignore it. Many people isolate themselves in order to avoid issues. But the truth is, when a challenge is happening, it's time for all hands on deck to deal with it. You cannot solve a problem by denying its existence or ignoring it. The issues won't go away by avoiding or ignoring them, they will go away when you do something about them. There are several actions that will be required of you and you must be available to act. Get information. Every challenge can be made more understandable and simpler to get through if you have the right information. Educate yourself when you're going through a hard time. For example, if you are dealing with the death of a loved one, read books about other people who have dealt with this before. While it is true that there is reduced energy at this time, a good percentage of the energy should be dedicated to knowing more about the challenge. You want to get information about the cause of the challenge, its history, about people who have dealt with such issues in the past and how they managed it. Put the situation in perspective. When you educate yourself, you'll find out that you're not the first person, and you're not the last person to have to deal with this awful thing. While that isn't going to change anything, it puts it into perspective with the rest of your life. As mentioned above, education gives you a better perspective. A clear appreciation of the situation or issue allows you to act appropriately. The information you have on people have had the same experience or people who are currently experiencing the same issue clearly tells you that it can be handled or it is being handled. Learn acceptance. This step is very important in dealing with life challenges. Getting past this step and how quickly you are able to do so is important to the result you will have in dealing with life issues. When you accept something, that doesn't mean you agree with it. It just means that you acknowledge that the situation is what it is. When you accept that this is your situation, you can then find information to deal with it. Acceptance communicates to your consciousness the existence of the challenge and the need to deal with it objectively. You will then proceed to get all the tools needed to deal with the situation. Don't be in a rush. It is hard going through a painful and emotional major life challenge, but it's also difficult going through an exciting life challenge. Don't rush yourself through your feelings and your life. Most life challenges are not planned for, so they hit us with a bang or surprise. That cause an impact on us, and you can't take that impact away by a single action and in an instance. You need time to heal. It is normal to take time to heal. Don't be in a rush. Be grateful. Even during the hardest times, there are always things for which to be grateful. Every day, write down at least 3 things that you are grateful for. Even if all you can come up with is that you're still breathing, it will help. A sane mind is also something to thank God for. When you start writing these things for which you are grateful down, your mind begins to grow a lot of positivity. One sure way to overcome life challenges is a positive mind. This step helps you to get your mind focused on the things you have going for you rather than the things hurting you. Principally, you need the things going for you for overcome life challenges. Feel your feelings fully. While you do want to try to be more stoic in public when things are going down, you'll also want to take the time to feel all your feelings fully. Feelings aren't bad, they just are not. If it helps, set a time limit on wallowing, but not on feelings. It is not and never out of place to feel sad, to feel weak, to feel deprived. These feelings are normal and you can feel. The action that you're feeling produces is what is important. Understand that failure and success are intertwined. No one goes through life being a success the first day they try something. For most people, it takes hard work and dedication. You are no different. If you don't experience failure, you probably are not experiencing that much success, either. This seems to be a fact of life and you know it. You will have as many challenges as possible, but there will be successes. You will have your fair share of both. Don't neglect your relationships. When you're going through a life challenge, it's tempting to ignore your relationships in favor of dealing with the issues. However, your relationships are there to help you. When you spend more time with people who love and support you, you can get through all sorts of things. People around you want you know they care, and you should know there are people who really care. They make themselves available to give you strength in your time of pain or loss. Another reason you should not neglect your relationships, especially in times of a loss, is that the people you neglect sometimes feel worthless. Your child or spouse might feel they are not important enough for you. Life has challenges that sometimes are difficult and scary, but it's only through these periods that you discover who you are, what your principles are, and how you want to grow. Take the time to learn from each new experience, and you'll find that dealing with major life challenges becomes easier to put into perspective and get through. We are committed to you. We are Psychic Fix. Please subscribe to our channel.